Welcome to My Thoughts On, where I talk about things I have thoughts on. My name's Amanda Manimo, and today we'll be talking about 2023 drama.
All aboard the toxic gossip train.
We were normal guests.
Down the tracks of misinformation, the toxic
Like house
gossip
poor?
train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station.
Honestly, when I was thinking about this, I was like, what drama even happened? All I can think about was something in June that happened. And I was like, I think that was the only thing. I don't think I'm going to be able to find anything else in this category. Well, I was wrong. It only took me a few minutes of until I was like, oh, I remember that. Oh, her? Oh, I remember that. That happened this year? I remember that. So I'm really excited to rank everything that I was following pretty much all year long. I know this isn't like the most unique idea that there is. I've actually been wanting to do this for the past 2 years. This is the first time I've ever acted on it. And I know I have watched one person for sure do a video similar to this. Her name's Carly. Follow her. I think she did last year. She did like 2022 like iconic moments. Also, thank you to like all the tea channels out there that provided me content for an entire year. You will probably see snippets of your stuff. Primarily SpillSesh. She's my goal. She doesn't know I exist, but hey, if you're watching this, Spilly, you're my goal. And thank you. And last thing, overall last thing. This is just for goofs. This is just for gaffs. We're just being a little silly. It's just a little holiday cheer, sill. You know, nothing to be taken too seriously. So don't sue me. If I call you a groomer and a loser, don't sue me. No. Let us begin with a nice classic tier ranking list. My computer's on my lap. I've got a blankie on my lap as well, and we're just kind of chillaxing like us girly goons do. I broke down the categories to a few of them. I broke down the categories to an actual crime, grab the popcorn, zip your lip, like stop talking, just be quiet, just stop, just stop and everybody forget, or just stop, you're making it worse. Guilty of cringe, which is like a you're not innocent, but I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. And innocent, which means like this, you're innocent, you're fine. This was a little boop, you know what I mean? You're fine. So now that we know what the categories are, this is your first glimpse at the drama.
All aboard.
Let me give you a minute. And now the wave of memories are flowing into all of you, because if you're watching this video, girl, you're already in the know. You're already in the know. You know all of these already. All right, it's getting a little toasty. I can't like see myself. I mean, I can see myself obviously, but like I'm gonna color grade this anyway, so you won't see how red my cheeks are. Let us begin with the first drama that shook 2023. Lashgate. Michaela Noguera is a TikToker who does a lot of makeup reviews, and this one in particular because she ended up having a handful of other dramas later down the year. From hiding sponsorships to being overly aggressive on reviews or faking them.
I feel like it didn't do shit.
This was Lashgate. She had reviewed the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara, and at the very end she was like, oh my gosh, it looks like I'm wearing falsies. And she clearly was. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? And it was a big meme. I'm going to put this and grab the popcorn because it was everywhere. All right, the next one is when Morphe went bankrupt. Do you remember this? So Morphe released some type of statement where they owed influencers millions of dollars. I think Jaclyn Hill was $2 million. Jeffree Star was like $1 million. Freaking that other guy, the other groomer, James Charles, he was like $1 million. And it was just, they owed them so much money, and they're bankrupt, and the company's bankrupt, and I guess only Jaclyn Hill was the one over the last year who was able to sell as much product as she said she was going to. I'm gonna go grab the popcorn, because you owe people a lot of money, and I'm interested. I'm interested to just find out, like, what happens next, you know? Like, so... I'm just gonna be the whole time. I'm just gonna be like, this one. I feel like I'm describing drama to my fiance. My fiance Tyler. It's so funny, Tyler. This next one is about another Tyler. My fiance Tyler just does not follow YouTube drama. He doesn't. Whereas I follow it like a kindergartner in like freaking recess, following that line leader. That's me. What's happening? Who's doing what? So that's kind of what I feel like I'm doing right now, is I'm like freaking line leading you through the freaking drama line. And now I'm going to get you a little taste of Brett Rivera and Tyler Olivera. So Brett Rivera is a huge YouTuber. Big bucks. Not as big as me, but pretty big. And he went to the Shining Hotel where Tyler Olivera was also staying. And Tyler saw him in the hallway and was like, who the heck are you? Hey, are you filming? And then Brett's like, we're filming here. Like, get out of my way. And Tyler's like, oh, you're faking your pranks. Why? You're franking your pranks? Do you always fake your pranks? And then Brett was like, get out of my way, you poor boy. You're filming on an iPhone? You're poor.
Yeah.
Do you fake your videos?
No. Do you fake your videos?
No.
Film on an iPhone. All right. Okay.
You're poor. That was Brett. He's like, you're poor. And it really showed how like privileged, how mentally like privileged some YouTubers think they are. You have 20 million subs. Who cares? I don't care. Oh!
Have fun with your 100 subscribers, right?
We get that louder.
You don't have a directional mic on that camera?
Hey, we're filming our thing. You
Yeah.
film yours, okay?
Yeah,
Let's not be.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Let's not be disrespectful, okay?
Well, you guys shit talk to the iPhone
I don't
though.
appreciate the disrespect.
What disrespect? I literally walked out of my hotel room and nearly had a heart attack.
Why did you walk up to us, like, enter our space?
I paid $400 a night for the hotel. What do you mean?
But if we were normal guests, that would
Whoa.
we were normal guests.
I'm going to put that in, grab the popcorn, because the whole drama about this was insane. It was giving influencer out in the open, like out in the wild, where you're like... The next one is the Tarte Dubai trip. Tripping with Tarte? Yeah, they invited me one time. This was one of the first really, really big brand trips that Tarte did, and they decided to go to Dubai. In this, they spent over $2 million, marketing dollars, to pay for these influencers to go on this $20,000 flight, first class, with a guest, to Dubai and to do Dubai and things, and they just spent a lot of money. And everyone was just surprised. They're like, brand trips are kind of over. Brand trips were 2019. I mean... It was really nothing. I'm giving it an innocent. I mean, a brand's going to pay for people to go. They got a lot of publicity. I mean, channels were talking up about it the wazoo. It was an innocent thing. But I would just remember, I was like, tripping with Tar. We're going to Dubai. Dubai-bye. Pink Sauce Woman is Veronica Shaw. She's a TikToker who created this sauce. It's about this color. And you put it on wings. It looks super aesthetic, super cute. You can see in this little picture. She decided to manufacture it out to everyone. Now, this was 2022 drama that she was sending it to people's houses, and people were like, this is rank. This is not FDA approved, and I'm pretty sure it's moldy. So then another company bought it up, Dave's Sauce, I think. Dave's Sauce bought it up and was like, I will take the sauce, manufacture it to Walmart, and bada bing, bada boom. But when people were getting it, it was kind of more ranchy colored because it was FDA approved. So that's not where the drama is. The drama that I am referring to, which is the encompassing drama of it all, is eventually, don't sue me, eventually they gave her $100K and was like, use this as marketing, use this as your funding, bada bing, whatever. And she spent it all. And then she went out and she was like, Dave Sauce never paid me. They never paid me. And Dave's like, receipts, we did pay you. We even paid you more than we should have because you said you were about to get kicked out of your house. And then Veronica was like, that was the whole drama. And it really was just kind of like, zip your lip, girl. Just stop talking. Just stop talking. You're on to something. Go into your business. Add a little red dye. Add a little to make it a little pinker. And you'll be happy. People buy it. People are going to buy it. People are going to buy it. This next one, you almost got me, Niki. You almost got me. Niki Demar is one of the old school lifestyle girlies. She posts a lot of vlog content now or content with her twin sister, Gabi. They've been in controversies before. Nothing too crazy, nothing too big. Gabi, a little bit of bigger controversy. The OnlyFans controversy. But for the most part, they're clean girls. And this one was just 2 words. And you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. House poor. You almost got me, Niki. You did. She just posted a video like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, where she's reviewing her old kind of like vlogmases. And in it, the previous one, 2022, she had house poor. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that was during Vlogmas, which would have been 2022. And I just looked it up when I was researching. And I was like, girl, that was in March. That was not during Vlogmas. That means it's cleared for the 2023 drama review. Niki, zip your lip. All right, so what ended up happening was Niki was having an open and vulnerable vlog, which I'm about. Why am I holding it? Was having an open and vulnerable vlog, and she was sitting in her car, and what she was trying to say was she bought a house with her boyfriend. I was trying to remember if they were fiance or not, but her boyfriend. And they ended up breaking up, and she was unable to, and she was finding it difficult to pay the mortgage. That's it. It was more expensive than she thought it was. Her channel wasn't doing as good. She wasn't making as much money. But I guess in that same exact day, she had learned a term called house poor. And in this video, she said, I learned a new term. It's called house poor, and that's what I am. I'm house poor.
I hate this term, but I just learned it today. But like, house poor? I'm paying my mortgage. I can pay it, but it's a really high mortgage. Laying out like an arm and a leg. My income hasn't changed that much. Yeah, granted, we haven't been posting.
And now, loosely, I mean, yeah, sure, okay. But I wouldn't call a millionaire house poor. She's being open and vulnerable about how much money, how she doesn't have as much money as she used to. But that's not what she said directly. What she said directly was, I don't have enough money to go shopping. And I'm like, girl, what?
Tell you the last time I had a shopping spree that wasn't a sponsored video. A lot of the things I wear are sent for free in exchange for a post, or it's a sponsorship. I miss shopping sprees.
So it's fine if you don't know how, but don't be we're not your audience, goal. We're not. Pick your audience. It ain't me. Pick another millionaire. It ain't me. So it was just kind of like, zip your lip. That's where I'm gonna go. That for me. You put me on the scandals, I'm gonna zip your lip. Stop talking. Shut up. Go to the next one. The next one is Scar Girl, Annie Bonelli. I hope I'm saying her name right. Annie Bonelli. Annie Bonelli. I'm just gonna briefly go over this one. Number 1, innocent. Okay. Right off the bat, innocent. But what the drama was she has a TikTok, and on it she just like talks and stuff. Talks on her TikTok. And she had this huge scar, and everybody would ask questions about it. But what people started to notice was that it was varying in size, or it appeared to change size. And people were like, why are you faking your scar? And she's like, I'm not faking my scar. I got it from a cruel situation. Which is why I'm trying to tread a little lighter on this. Because if she did get it from that, then like, I hate that she even has to be questioned about her scar. But then also, if she didn't and she was drawing it on every day, what the hell? It's a what the heck either way, honestly. Like, what the heck? Why are we questioning her? And then also, like, what the heck? Why are you drawing it on if you are? You know, either way, it's a what the heavens? There was just this whole weird, like, few weeks where all anybody could ever talk about was, like, this scar girl and if she was drawing on her scar. I swear, it must be like harsh lighting. Me looking off into an overcast sky. It must be like the harsh lighting that's making me look a little like shiny. The Selena and Hailey Bieber drama. Before Colleen, I think this was one of the biggest drama spills of the year. It was pretty much just a feud on how Hailey Bieber and Kylie and Kendall were being so mean to Selena. They were shading her weirdly sideways.
Accidentally laminated my brows too much.
And then it would like lead back to it being alluding to they're shading Selena, and everything was just done publicly. It was really weird. But then I was also following it because I had never, ever cared about Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber and Hailey and Justin Bieber. And of course, Justin Bieber is the root of all of this. Boys are the root of all the drama. Boys. This was it. And this was a grab your popcorn moment because every single time it came up, I was like, Hailey did what? Kylie did what? And for the most part, besides being like mean girls, because that's what it was just a bunch of mean girls, it was pretty innocent. Not like this next one. The only picture that I think fully summarizes this next one, the thumbnail Swoop posted for her first documentary about Colleen. Yes, we're going to talk about the whole Colleen saga. Okay, let's talk real quick. If you don't know what happened in June, let me give you the biggest summary that you could ever get. Colleen Ballinger was outed by someone named Cody for texting minors talking about sex, which we had never heard of before. This was the first time any of us had ever heard this. Because I'm a follower and was a follower of Adam. So like at the time, Adam would be like, hey, like I know more about Colleen. Maybe someday I'll talk about it. Hey, this, that, maybe someday I'll talk about it. But he never did until now, until Cody dropped that she was doing all of these things in the minor and in the group chats. And then it just kind of brought everything up to the surface. And Adam was like, meh, might as well talk about it. I will be honest, I followed this hard, just like everybody else. I was watching I watched Jack Doolittle's 4-hour rewatch of everything that had come out. And then I would watch Adam's, then Jack's, and then I was in it, but the contents, sorry, about the drama. The drama itself was grab the popcorn. Like everybody coming out, it had strong Dramageddon vibes. But the actual content of pulling somebody up on stage, and I get it. Maybe she didn't even think she was doing anything wrong. But in hindsight, the fact that you could not apologize about it, and the fact that you could not even think twice, you didn't even stumble a thought on spreading a minor's legs on stage, like, is disgusting. And that could actually, possibly sending, we don't know, I haven't seen the proof yet, possibly sending a minor porn is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. I feel like we all knew that this was going to go in an actual crime though. Like we did. We knew it. I have a handful of other Colleen sprinkled in on here because like each one was like a different vibe, but the encompassing of everything goes into the first one to go into the category an actual crime. I feel like I'm talking really fast. I'm sorry if I am. I rewatch myself and I'm like, I feel like I'm talking really fast, but in like reality, I'm like, I feel like I'm talking really fast. The next one is JoJo Siwa's unhinged Snapchats. I don't know if to put this in guilty of cringe or zip your lip. If you're not following, JoJo Siwa has been posting the most unhinged Snapchats I have ever seen. Alluding to for months that she's pregnant. Watch her be pregnant though. That would be the tea. Alluding to the fact that she is pregnant. I mean, weird though. Like, I needed a made me feel uncomfy vibe because that's where that one belongs. I'm gonna put guilty of cringe because she hasn't in that regard done anything wrong, But, like, it's weird when you're buying kid clothes and you post a picture about it on Snapchat and you're like, hope it's a girl. I don't understand why these people... Okay, let me get on my soapbox really quick. You have millions of followers, and this is what you choose to do with it. That's just... It just doesn't make sense to me. And maybe she thinks that she's not entertaining enough to be able to just to make a coffee vlog and have people watch her. I mean, freaking Emma Chamberlain just posted a video a handful of days ago about a black freaking a turtleneck. You don't think that she could do the same thing and get the same amount of views? Like, why? You have millions of followers, and what you choose to do with it is to make everybody think you're pregnant. Weird. Even if you're trolling. Weird. The Shein brand trip. This is where Shein paid for a whole bunch of influencers to go to China to prove... It's just weird. Hold on. This is just so weird. To prove that there was no child labor laws, they had fair working conditions, and that everything was run by robots.
About the vast difference between the beautiful factory the influencers were taken to and the alleged real factories exposed by a supposed worker. In a now deleted TikTok, Carbonari raised many eyebrows after dismissing the claims and defending her actions to promote the fast fashion brand, who add up to 10,000 items to their website daily.
It didn't feel like a show. It didn't feel like something was quickly put together.
They're not talking about the quality of the material, they're talking about the working conditions. Like, it's just weird. It's just like, why is this what the influencers are putting out instead of the quality of the stuff? Weird. It's like they said no so much that it was like, so is something happening? Because 20 of you guys said child labor, and I wasn't really thinking that until now. That's the vibes it was giving me. In saying that, zip your lip. Okay, the next one is James Charles' new palette. Grab the popcorn. And here's why. I'm encompassing all of it. From when he sent out a request on TikTok, he's like, if you want to be in my campaign from 0 to 75, I'm accepting everybody. I want wrinklies. I want twinklies. I want uglies. I want pretties. I want everybody to be in my campaign. And then when we finally see the people he had involved in his palette stuff, it was like 18 to like 22-year-olds. Influencers, all micro influencers with a following. So we're encompassing that, as well as when it was finally sold, selling it for over $100 for like 5 colors. And then just the cherry on top, he had his makeup friends put it on celebrities without them realizing it. And then telling the world that it was his makeup. And then they would take a picture and Beyonce would be like, at a concert, like, oh, Mike. Beyonce! And she'd have it. And then James would be like, see this? That's my makeup. If it's Beyonce approved, then it should be you approved. And it's like, if I was Beyonce, I would fire my makeup artist so quickly. If they were doing underhanded deals, like, oh, it's just weird, isn't it? Like, underhanded deals where, like, he got these famous people to wear the makeup without them realizing it. That is weird. And then I stuck that in grab your popcorn. Wait, grab the popcorn. Grab the popcorn? Yeah, grab the popcorn. The next one is when Lizzo, this was so random. When body positive Lizzo was sued by 3 of her former dancers.
Lizzo is being sued by 3 of her former dancers who are accusing her of sexual harassment and creating a toxic work environment. The lawsuit says the singer, who's known for celebrating body positivity, called attention to one of her dancers' weight and later fired her for recording a meeting due to medical issues. The suit alleges Lizzo also pressured dancers to touch nude performers at a club in Amsterdam and do other lewd acts. Additional claims were also brought against Lizzo's dance captain and her production company.
Honestly, just stop. Not an actual crime, but just zip your lip. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you just treat people fairly and be nice to everyone? Like, you think it wouldn't be that hard, but if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Apparently, it's really hard to be really nice. Don't mess with my heart. Speaking of singing, look who's next. The groomer herself. And the moment I saw this, I grabbed my popcorn. Oh my God. I remember. Do you know when stuff happens and you remember the exact moment and exactly where you were the moment? Okay. Close your eyes. Think of where you were the first time you saw the ukulele video. I was laying in my bed. It was like a Saturday morning or something. No, it was a weekday because I told everybody at work about it because I couldn't believe my eyes. I see Jake Doolittle reacting and it's auto playing and I see this from Colleen and I couldn't believe my eyes. I didn't want to believe my eyes. I didn't even click on it. I went straight to her channel. There hadn't even been 1 million views yet. And I was like, she responded to the grooming and the sexual harassment and the freaking manipulation and the being just a crap person. She responded. And I clicked on it and sure enough, it was a beautiful song. Actually, that was one of the first things I thought besides what the hell is happening. I thought, hey, this song's kind of like bopping. It's kind of a good song. She is a good singer. I was like, huh, she's good. What a weird time to prove you're a good singer, but should have did it on Broadway. So yeah, grab the popcorn. That was just a June. Side note, June to like up until the vlog. That was such a crazy time. Like, oh, that's going to remind me forever of summer 2023 was Colleen. And I'm sorry if it sounds weird, but it really was. I mean, I was watching live streams. That was the hype of when Swoop's videos were coming out. We finally got to find out what happened to Josh. I was watching Colleen for like the past 3 years every day. And before that, whenever she would post a daily vlog. So just about every day. So I was in it until that exact June video. I was there, watched her video. Adam's stuff came out. She was silent. So for me, my world was a little rocked too. I was like, my virtual friend is like creepy? Who would have known? But she never reached out to me because I wasn't her demographic. This is what happens when you're 28. I'm kidding. That was an insensitive joke, but I'm kidding. I'm making light of the situation. I honestly don't remember what I was talking about, so now we'll go on to the next one. Joe Jonas and Sophia Turner's divorce. Now, normally would not have put this on here. I really don't care that much. What made me care was one picture and one freaking story that Joe Jonas was trying to push, that Sophia Turner was a terrible mom. And the moment those words came out, I knew he was the bad one. I knew he was lying. I knew that when he was at a restaurant with his daughters and They had never had a photo taken for like 2 years with the kids. And then suddenly there's a divorce and he's out with the kids. Weird. Super weird vibes. And that's why he goes and it's an actual crime. No, he's gonna go and freaking zip your lip. Like, what are you doing? Why? That is still the mother of your child, like your children. Like, why are you treating her like that? That's not my Joe. That's not Camp Rock Joe would never. The next one is Jojo Siwa and Colleen Ballinger. This was when Jojo, in the midst of silency of Colleen, was like, I'm gonna stand up for my friend, and told the entire world. He was like on the Howie Mandel podcast. Yeah, so like she's never groomed anyone. She'd say those words. She said, yeah, Colleen's really nice to me. And she's been nice to me since I was 12 years old. When I was growing up in fame and making millions and selling millions and millions and millions of bows. Colleen, really nice to me. She would never groom anybody. And everyone's like, who's gonna tell her? She'll figure it out eventually. I get it though, when like your best friend is under fire and you feel like you're the white knight that can save them and make everybody feel, and you just want to stand up for them. I would probably do the same thing if my best friend was under fire, is stand up for them. Speaking of another couple friends that were under fire, Ruby Frankie and Jody Hildebrand arrested for torturing children. That was not on my 2023 bingo card. So let's put that in an actual crime, because out of all these people, they are the only ones that are actually in like jail. They are actually in jail for chaining Ruby's kids up and not feeding them and just torturing them pretty much. Which is just so crazy that any of this is even happening, because like you saw signs of it. Like I remember years ago seeing like drama videos about this crazy mom, this wacky mom that was like talking about her discipline, the way she disciplines her kids. And it's so weird to see that. And then like this was not something I was like, especially from a YouTuber, but you know what I mean? Like you hear it in like the news about like crazy parents that will like do stuff like torture their kids and stuff, but you don't ever picture them having a platform and being millionaires. You picture them being like grimy people, you know? But it just shows that you can be grimy and grummy and still be powerful and rich. This one, I don't know exactly where to put it. This is Little Tay's death. This was when the internet, for like a day and a half, it was released that Little Tay had died. And everyone was like, what? We haven't heard from her in 2 years and she's dead? What happened? And we were all freaking out. We're like, she's dead? And then Little Tay comes out. She's like, I'm not dead. I'm alive. And we still do not know who posted that she had died. Apparently her account got hacked. And I've watched like hours worth of like just normal people like me commentating and being like, I'm pretty sure it was her producer, I'm pretty sure it was her dad, it could have been her brother, but it's just really sad. And Little Tay herself, I'm gonna say innocent. Oops, she's innocent. It's what, she didn't do anything wrong. She was, unless she planned it. Even if she planned it herself, weird, but at least you're not dead. Could be worse, could be dead. Next is the grab your popcorn. Ariana Grande dating SpongeBob. Now, it's so funny because when I looked this exact photo up, I typed in a picture. I typed in Google, Ariana Grande and SpongeBob, and this is the photo I got. The fact the internet banded together just to call him SpongeBob. Like, I know he was on Broadway, SpongeBob, but like, not even the decency of using his name. So this is where Ariana Grande and her co-host seduced each other, got divorces from both of their significant others, and began dating. Yeah, and I know I'm not in their spot, so I don't know how it actually happened. I don't know how. Maybe they both had terrible relationships with their significant others, and they found solitude in each other. But the internet did find it weird that she had a list of home wrecking in her past. So, and even weirder that she had been to the husband's house, had met the child, had commented on posts like beautiful family, and like met the wife, and then stole the husband. Really weird. Mean Girl vibes. But nothing more than grab your popcorn. Me. The next was Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Standing up for their raping friend. Yeah, that was another one I did not see coming. Where they sat in the same exact spot where they did a parody of the Imagine cover that all the celebrities were doing during the COVID time. Hide from that 70s show and needed a witness, like a character witness. And he called upon his two best friends who stood by and was like, he's always been nice to us. He's never tried to rape us. And that's about how well it went, because everyone was like, so you guys, you should have just laid low. Moving on. Tana Mojo. It's so crazy going from like, the crime obviously isn't, it's an actual, sorry, back to the Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher's friend, obviously is an actual crime, but like them talking, that was just a zip your lip, like just stay quiet. Guys, just stay quiet. Don't say anything. Don't be friends with him. All right, so it's so funny going from that to Tana Mojo, who is also right next to them, and zip your lip. Tana Mojo, particularly the wine incident. Cynthia.
Jesus died for our Cynthias.
This is where Tana Mojo gave absolutely zero aliases. She didn't give any aliases for a review. Oh, it's my computer. A review of her wine tour that she went on, and just absolutely dragged this like award-winning wine tour woman. Just dragged her in the mud. Even said, she's like, yeah, we want to curb stomp her. We want to kill her. And Cynthia's like, oh, you do? Your names are now at the police. You will not be able, blah, 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 blah. And it was this huge thing. And then Tana was like, I don't understand. I guess you just can't tell stories anymore. And everyone's like, no. You can't give the actual like address of the tour you went on, the person you went with, like details, because your millions of followers are going to stalk her and just absolutely defame her, which they did. And that was just like why did you and it made me so mad, because I get it. She wants to tell the story. She wants to be dramatic. She wants to be funny. You can do that. Give her a different name and it would have been fine. Give her a different name. Call her Angelica from I almost said Toy Story. From Rugrats. Call her Angelica. Cynthia, that's funny. The next one is Sniper Wolf. Now, I put it in and it's an actual crime, and here's why. I think, don't drag me. Don't show up to my apartment, please. For the love of God, Leah. Do not show up to my apartment and take a picture and post it on the internet, okay? I don't need people showing up here. But I'm pretty sure doxing someone where they live and taking a picture and posting it for the sole purpose of it being like blackmail type like thing is kind of like a crime, isn't it? I think I heard somewhere in California it is a crime. I'm not going to look it up. Either way, if it was, it felt like one. It sure as heck felt like a crime. So what ended up happening is Sniper Wolf and Jack's films were going like back and forth, and Jack was stalking her and creeping her out because he was posting he posted a lot of videos, like 60 or something. He posted a lot of videos about her. But it was not about her. It was not about like her daily movements, like where she was eating. It wasn't stuff like that. It wasn't like where she lived, where she filmed. No, not stuff like that. It was, she'd post a video and he'd watch it and he'd grade it with the sole purpose of making sure everybody got their credit. Because she was not crediting creators. She was not she'd put TikToks up and then she would just cut out where she got them. But the thing is, she was like not using it as a reference. She was using it as a reaction. So she'd be like, here's the TikTok, and she'd be like, he could have used a Dagookin or a Dagoogan or whatever she said in that one.
Thor's hammer. And then Sniper Wolf responds with,
She hit it with a Hadouken.
now at first, I didn't think anything of it. A little Street Fighter joke? Hey, that's not bad. But then someone in the Twitch chat wrote this. Wait, what? She cut out the end and tried to use a line as her own. The guy in the video said, wait, what? The guy in the video said she hit me with a Hadouken? No, she didn't. We have to screen the TikTok.
This bitch hit my shit with Thor's hammer. This bitch hit my shit with a Hadouken.
Oh, hell no.
I'm not crediting her if I put that clip in. How's that feel? Leah? How's that feel? Don't show up to my house. No, so pretty much. So then that was happening, and she's like, I've had it. And then she posted on Instagram, and she was like, I'm like 5 minutes away from Jack's film house. Should I show up to his house? And all her 8-year-old boy fans were like, yeah, show up to his house. And she showed up. She took a picture. She could have taken a picture of like, what would have been funny? A barn. She should have taken a picture of like the outside of a barn and been like, catch me outside. Come out, Jack. And that people would have been like, she's calling him a pig. No, she took a picture of like his actual house and was like, come outside. And he was like on stream with his friends, and he was like, she's outside my house right now. And his wife's like, I'm going outside, like square up. And everyone's like, no, oh my God, just call the cops.
She's in your house right now, Jack.
Shut up.
She's literally outside your door.
Like 5 minutes ago posted.
Wait, what?
She's literally right outside your house.
Oh my God.
This is happening right. Call the fucking police. Actually.
Wait, what?
Boxing you. Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, no, this is.
Hold on. I'm gonna go
and
outside.
Aaron,
Aaron, don't.
Please don't. I'm gonna end this.
The next one was like a weird blimp in time. I'm gonna say guilty of innocent. It was a weird blimp in time where Mrbeast and Jacksepticeye began feuding on like Twitter. So what happened was Jacksepticeye took this lie detector test.
I don't like Mr. Beast. No.
Oh God! How could you say that? That's supposed to be a secret.
Do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube? Yes. Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun. If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer. We'd see the fun. Ooh. Thought you were going to get me with that one, didn't you? Who's the YouTuber you hate the most? I don't know. There's a lot of groomers and pedophiles on our platform.
All right, so.
And everyone was like, Mr. Beast would never fake videos. Mr. Beast would never do it for money. And everyone was like, Mr. Beast? No, he's my favorite. And they just blew up on Jack. And Mr. Beast was like, whoa. Well, at least I don't, blah, 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 blah. I don't even remember what he said, but he was like ragging on Jack. And then in the end, they like solved it, and they just texted privately or whatever. But it's super weird going from that, Mr. Beast, who's like never an actual controversy, to going to that, to like months later going to Rosanna Pansino. Now I might add that like Miss Trisha Paytas is not mentioned on here once, but that does not mean she's not indirectly involved in these. She was involved in the Colleen Ballinger scandal, where Colleen was sending her nudes. Weird moment when Colleen and Trisha had a podcast together, and she's like indirectly involved in these. And one of the indirect involvements was when Rosanna Pansino went on JustTrish and was like, yeah, I did not like Mr. Beast when I did the hide and seek tournament with him. I actually got third, and he didn't even put me in top 3, and the people who were in top 3 weren't even in top 3. He skedaddled it all so that the people with a lot of subscribers looked better than other people.
I actually stopped watching Mr. Beast's content because he always in interviews says the thing about him is he keeps it real. It wasn't real. I was top 3 and he edited it to be all men.
And so then that blew up. Everybody was talking about it. She was on the H3 podcast. She was all over Twitter. She was looking like a real hero. But then she just kept talking about it. And Mrbeast was like staying quiet. He was like... And then he asked to call her to talk, and she's like, no, I'm not calling you. If I call you, you're going to say, I'm sorry. You're right. I didn't mean to. I forgot. It was just for show, whatever. It's for the money, whatever. And she's like, no, I need that in writing because then when we come out in public, you're going to deny everything you said. And you're going to be like, I never had a conversation with her about this, you know? So she wanted it in writing. He didn't want to do it in writing because if he apologized in writing, she would show it on Twitter. It was a whole ordeal. Oh my God, my camera is dying. She ended up releasing a music video and everybody was just like, we're done. Rosanna, we're done. Stop talking about it. Stop making your bio 3rd or 2nd best world championship of the Mrbeast tournament. Like, we're done. But overall, this was a grab your popcorn moment. I was here for it. I was like, whoa. I was like, what is happening? Even when she was on the H3 podcast, I was like, oh, spill more. I think what the biggest thing that came out of this was that we found out Jimmy fakes his videos for the outcome he wants, which everyone who's a big YouTuber was like, well, of course he does. You didn't think that was real, do you? And me, a little bystander, was like, I did think it was real. But now I don't, and now I don't trust him. Like, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. I just don't trust you now, Jimmy. That's it. I just don't trust you. Yeah, if you didn't think I had an all pink sweatsuit, you are so wrong. I'm trying to channel my inner Trisha. I also brought my popcorn over here. Is focusing? I won't focus on me. But I feel like instead of Trisha, it's channeling like my inner Miranda Sings. The next one is Jeff Wittick and David Dobrik. Now, this is like super old drama. What's new is we found out that Jeff is actually suing David for never paying him the entire amount of his eye. And he's suing him for other things as well, but it seemed like that is one of them. This was just kind of like a surprise that just came out. Also on the Trisha podcast. It was Trisha, Tana, and Jeff on the podcast, on the JustTrish podcast, and freaking was spilling the beans. Trisha, you had a good year of staying out of drama, but somehow, like, being in drama. It was frenemy vibes the whole time. It really was. Okay. Sue, honestly, innocent. No, grab your popcorn. Sorry it jumped so much. I'm interested in what's going to happen next. Like, how much is he gonna get? Is he gonna win? Are we gonna get to see the case and get like a story time? Can Tana go so she can give us a dramatized story time? That's it. This next one, I almost named a category after this entire event. Uneducated Emma Chamberlain. The internet turned on Emma Chamberlain out of nowhere. It was like on TikTok, one person was like, I don't think her podcast's that good, and I think she actually needs to go to college because everything she's saying is like stuff we realized like when we were 16, and now she's 22-ish, and she's still talking like a 16-year-old, and everyone's like, you're right, she needs to go to college, and someone else is like, you're right, she needs to go to college, and everyone's like, why do we hate her? We're gonna hate her. She's not like us. We're all in college, and she's still not. Dummy. And it was just about how she was out of touch and just not because she's known for being relatable, so she's not like the relatable queen anymore. She's an untouched girl, which I felt that way for a while, but not that she's uneducated and not that she's untouched, like out of touch, more like I don't relate as much to her, but I'm 28 and she's 22. She's a millionaire. I'm not. She's got millions of followers. I also have millions of followers. But I wasn't sure if that's where my untouchedness was coming from or not. Or if I was falling out with her, like as a friend, because I feel like, you know, like it or not, we feel like we have these internet friends. And she felt like one of my internet friend, and I was starting to become detached from her because she wasn't posting YouTube videos and she was only posting her podcast. I didn't care about what she was talking about. So I stopped listening to her, and I was detaching myself from her as a friend. But I wouldn't say she's uneducated. That's a little mean. Overall, I'm gonna put this in the innocent. If you feel like you're like, oh, she doesn't know anything, then welcome to adulthood when you listen to kids talk. Literally actual 30-year-old, 40-year-olds listening to me talk, being like, you think you know it all at 28? Oh, just wait. I think that's just life. We never get it figured out. And I'm okay with that. So the next one is the Vlog Squad on TikTok. Honestly, I should do these. I thought about them, but like, how embarrassing would it be to beg for views and nobody's watching? Or like beg for money. So what they've been doing is Jason has been going on TikTok Live, and he's been going, give me the diamond. Anyone who gives me a diamond, I'm going to do a backflip, double back.
Doubles, guys, it's all doubles. 12 seconds of doubles. Big butt, yes. Everything's doubled. 6 seconds left. Go, big butt.
And he's been doing these TikTok wars. They're so embarrassing. But he's making money. I heard they make like hundreds of dollars, like $400 from like one of these line events. And if you're going live every day, multiple times a day, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, I mean, it's cringy. But it's cringy, but you're making a lot of money. Then again, I wouldn't do it, so. There's only 2 more left before we hit honorable mentions. Second to last, Matt Rife. Now, I had to ask people at my work. I sat down and I was like, tell me about Matt Rife. They were like, huh? The comedian? And I was like, yeah, what's happening? What's going on? Dude, I did. What is happening? Why do I see his name everywhere? What is happening? I don't care about him. But what is happening? I love the tea. I love the drama. What is happening? They're like, okay. And then I watched tea videos and I actually figured out what was happening. So Matt Rife is well known for being the most handsome man alive. It's like, dude, you're not that handsome. But what he sells himself as being so handsome, so gorgeous, and getting up there and being like mildly funny and being able to work a crowd and being like, hey, you two a couple? And they're like, no, we're brother and sister. He's like, you're a couple on some websites. And then would like move on. And something like, he didn't say that joke, but that's actually kind of funny. But he'd say stuff like that. And he'd do a lot of crowd work, and he's cute, like charming. He was very charming. Well, he gets up. He gets a Netflix show. He gets up there, and he's like, women! Beat him, am I right? And everyone's like, because he wanted to. That wasn't his joke either. I'm paraphrasing. I'm being very, like, sarcastic. He said, like, the infamous line, like, I'm seeing if you guys are a fun crowd. Are you a fun crowd? And everyone's like, we don't like you anymore. So, honestly, just zip your lip, dude. I don't care about you, but, like, all your... Where did you go? Oh, guilty of cringe. Well, that's no. Honestly, dude, all your problems would be solved if you just were funny. He's like, I wanted to broaden my horizon to more men. Then I'm like, then why don't you, like, work on your jokes? Like, you're obviously not funny if everybody doesn't like you. And last but not least, I couldn't move my head. The infamous first video. Hello? I has it been foggy this whole time? That Colleen Ballinger decided to come back with, called a fall vlog. I'm trying to realistically think about this. Because a fall vlog, was it grab popcorn? Or was it zip your lip? I think people would have better responded to the video if she had posted and had just said, a break from my silence. Comes on, posts the 2-minute apology video that she already filmed. It was, all she's doing is apologizing for not being there. But if that's what you want to apologize for, you have the freedom to post that. You should have posted that. And then dip for another couple months. You should have, girl. Dip for another couple months. You would have stirred the bee's nest. And everyone would have been like, ah! And then they would have not liked it, but at least you said something. I'm thinking PR-wise. At least you said something. And then February, come back and just post about your chickens then. Post about this. Post about that. But when you post an apology and then say, I really don't know how to go back to normal life. All right, guys. So today we're going to show you my chickens. This is what I've been up to. Look at my chickens. It's a little weird. It just rubs me the wrong way. And I've been keeping up a little bit with her vlogs still. I don't know. I'm still breaking up my friendship with her mentally. And it just gives me the ick. It really does. And it gives me the ick that she's posting daily. And in those videos, she'll give little hints and little, slide remarks. And, this last one, it was about her son's birthday. And she's sitting outside in a parking lot. And she's sitting at a theater that she was supposed to be at that day. And she's like, it's so weird. I'm supposed to be in this theater laughing as Miranda, but instead I'm in this parking lot buying Scotch tape. And I was like, yeah, for a reason. It's like she doesn't even realize what happened. I truly, to my core, think she thinks she did nothing wrong. Which is weird. What about that do you think you did nothing wrong? The fall vlog in itself is zip your lip. Just shh. Just be quiet. Just silence. At least pretend you're in therapy. It's just weird. It is. It's so weird. It gives me weird vibes that she sat there and she was like, I should be performing for thousands of people for my Christmas play, and instead I'm buying Scotch tape. And I'm like, do you not remember why you're in trouble? Because you told children to stick tampons in their mouth. That's why you're in trouble. Because you sent under 14-year-olds lingerie. You actually did it. You didn't pretend. You actually did it. It's sorry. This whole video is not about Miranda. And Colleen, I've just kept so quiet about her for so long that it's all coming out of me now. My brain's I finally have time to talk about it to people who might understand. It's just weird. Weird vibes. I get it. I think being famous changed you a little bit, girl. Or not. Or maybe it didn't. Maybe this is who you were the entire time. All right, I'm all tangled up in cords. We are done. The only thing left are some honorable mentions sprinkled in. I didn't really have a place for these because they weren't the biggest of drama, but it was stuff that happened that I kind of just wanted to remind everybody about. So I'll put them in innocent. Remember when Dance Moms had a reunion and Maddie and the main people and Abby did not show up to it? Do you remember when JoJo Siwa had mega drama with her ex-girlfriend spilling tea about how one was using the other for fame, and then they cheated on each other, and one was supposed to go on a cruise and they went to a concert and they cheated. It was And lastly, an honorable mention of how Eugenia Cooney and Jeffree Star and I hanging out 24/7 and our BFFs, and hopefully someone is looking out for her. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully someone is looking out for her. That's it! And then this last one was to separate the honorable mentions. Honestly, this last one is me. This is my new banner. I'm going to put it in grab the popcorn. Because that's what we did. We grabbed the popcorn and we chit-chatted. So, thank you for watching this video. I feel like I talked really fast. I hope I didn't. I was like really excited. It was excitement fueling me. So, I'm like that 3-year-old that finally gets to talk about monster trucks. With that, have a good day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!